Coolio. Poor Pocket. It's been abused. Doesn't want to take it anymore.
We're not gonna take it.
I was just singing that earlier, Stephanie.
We're not gonna take it.
We're not gonna take it anymore. I've been recording for 5 minutes, so they know you sing. All right, I'm Jeffrey, the Magic Fox Clark, and I am here with
Darrel Guilbeau,
who is the voice actor of
Mikado from Durarara, Beautiful Joe from Marvel vs. Capcom 3,
Slow,
and other things. That's right, Slow.
How you been enjoying the con so far?
I've really been enjoying it. It seems to have gone so quickly. I mean, it's a one-day con, but it's just really been enjoyable so far.
How long have you been voice acting?
I think I started around the year. See, I forget now. I think around 2004. Sometime around then.
That's quite a while.
Yeah.
That's about over a decade. Yeah. You've been doing it for 10 years.
Yeah, crazy.
So who have been some of the harder characters for you to play?
Ooh. Well, you know, Mikado is actually not so easy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think because, you know, he's not one of the flashy, quote-unquote, characters. You know what I mean? Like, you know, a Shizuo or Izaya or, you know what I mean? I mean, they just have these crazy personalities. Simon, you know, all these people. And sometimes I think it is harder to play, like, kind of the straight arrow. Yeah. But what I love, too, is there's a lot of complexity to Mikado. So, you know, you kind of have to, you kind of walk a fine line, I think, when you're voicing a character like that.
So, like, you've been doing it for 10 years. So what has your process been from the beginning, and how has it evolved to now?
Well, definitely when I first started, I had zero experience as a voice actor. I had been acting on stage and some film, TV, commercials, and stuff like that. And so my very first show where I had a lead was Overman King Gainer. And that was a little while back. Yeah. But, you know, I learned so much by just doing that show. With Tony Oliver was the director. So I really had a master to be able to sort of teach me as I went, you know?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So it's almost like I had the best of both worlds where I was learning and working at the same time. And I think just now my process is, you know, whatever role I get, I just try to inhabit, you know, whatever character they give me, you know. So I feel like I've been able to do a wide variety, everything from like a Maimon, who's so different from Mikado, you know, to Hakaru in Magi, you know, also video games like Dynasty Warriors.
Oh, I love that game so much.
I play Shushu in Dynasty Warriors 8.
Oh my God,
so,
Shushu!
Yeah, I love him.
Shushu's so cool.
He's one of my favorites, you know, because he's so mysterious and also so self-effacing at the same time. I love him.
I just know him because he's like really easy to play.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Well, I like that. And also like Lael, Final Fantasy, Crystal Chronicles, Crystal Bearers.
That was
guy.
pretty fun.
And he's very different, you know. So I like just being able to do different kinds of roles. You know, I don't like necessarily have to do the same thing.
Yeah, you don't want to get pigeonholed.
No.
So I know to me 10 years is like they say that's how long it takes to master a craft. Do you feel like you've mastered it?
No. I mean, to me, it's always a learning experience. You know, everything you do should. I think as an actor, nothing will ever be perfect because you're always learning as an actor. You know what I mean? Like I think any art, whether you're a dancer, a singer, a painter, a writer, I don't think anyone ever quite feels like they master. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just think you should always be hopefully growing and learning, and each project is its own. So,
is there any like a character archetype that you really want to try but you haven't yet?
Interesting. Well, you know, it's funny because a lot of my characters lately have been kind of getting darker, which is kind of cool because a lot of times I was playing more of the younger, you know. Yeah. Even the younger ones I'm playing are getting dark, so that's nice.
The 16 kid who wants to murder everyone.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And so, I mean, you know, I'm just open to anything. I would like to do more maybe even funny characters or character voice stuff. You know, that's a little different from just playing a regular kid or teenager or something. That would be interesting.
Have you found any character that you've done that you really felt like, oh, this character is kind of like me, and it was really easy. You just walked in and that was you.
You know, it's funny. I think I was lucky that I got Overman King Gainer. I don't know if you know the show, but it's a Tamino show who did Mobile Suit Gundam.
I love Gundam.
Okay,
Gundam's
fun. Overman King Gainer was sort of a lighter version of Mecha with this Exodus movement. And I think I'm glad I got that character first because he was a very earnest kid who just wanted to do the right thing, even though he maybe not necessarily knowing what the right thing was to do.
Yeah.
And I think it kind of maybe fit where I was at as a voice actor.
Oh, that's
you know
actually
what I mean?
amazing, yeah.
So it was kind of cool to be able to play someone like that. And just the stuff that physicality even that this character did because he drove an Overman. Overmen were like robots. And so I had to learn a lot even about falling and crashing and not just
the grunt sounds.
Yeah, the
and stuff.
grunts and how do when you're making multiple sounds because you've hit several times and where the distance is and all those kinds of things and eating and so there was a lot of that.
You got your classes as in your first show. That's amazing.
Yeah, so I thought so, and I still love that show a lot too, actually.
Is there any show that you see now that you wish, like, wow, I would love to work with that show people?
Well, there's tons of shows I wish I wasn't. I mean, definitely a lot of the classic stuff, but of course they were done way before my time, like, Evangelion, or Would Have Been Fun to Be In, or, Full Metal Alchemist, some of those, like, staples.
Classic stuff,
Classic stuff, but that was before I was even doing it. But definitely every time there's something out and I'm not in it, I'm like, oh, I would love to have been in that.
Dang.
Kill la Kill or Attack on Titan. I mean, I'm a greedy actor. I want to be in everything.
I think that's a good thing. I really when a person who's just like I want to do that, I feel like that's earnest. Like I really want to work versus I'm conceited and just want to be in it. And I feel like that's what I feel from you, which is a good thing. And I want to ask you, like I said, 10 years, that's a long time, and you've been working really hard. You've grown so much. What would you say to a person that's just starting? What skills do you think they should have and stuff like that?
I say this a lot, but I think cold reading skills are one of the most important things ever because you never get to see your script in advance.
Yeah.
So if you don't know how to act with getting a script that moment, you're kind of sunk.
Yeah.
You have to be able to put all of your emotions at the same time of saying the line like it's coming, like you've known it all your life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to just say it natural. And a lot of people can't do that. It's really surprising. A lot of people think they can. Like I've heard people, but and it doesn't come easy. It might come easy for some people, but like myself, before I knew I was going to be doing this, I knew I also needed that for auditions, just as an actor, because sometimes you go out and they just hand you the script right there, and you have to audition.
Yeah.
Without even knowing what the character's like, so you just have to make a choice. And before that, I was part of a playwrights group that would meet and I did this for years. It met every Monday, twice a month, and it was for playwrights. But actors would go, and then they would cast the actors in that little theater, and we go sit in chairs and cold read their work.
That's amazing.
Bits of it, like three different writers a night, because they wanted to hear their works. So it was great for the actor because we got to be characters that we might not ever be cast as, because you never knew what they were going to cast you as. Yeah. Because they might just say, okay, we need a male, and you could be maybe a German Nazi or something and have to do the accent. Just you just try. So that was kind of cool, that you just tried whatever they gave you. Yeah. So that was always fun. So I think cold reading skills are very, very, very important.
What's next for you? Do you really like anime, cartoons, or do you want to go into video games? Or
I want to do everything. Like I
Good
said,
answer.
I'm a greedy actor. I mean, recently I've done two. I did the one that's our Gundam Origins.
Yeah.
But I don't have a main character in that. I'm just incidental voices. Same thing. I did a video game. I'm incidental voices. I don't care. I want to work.
Yeah, I feel you.
But I do have. I did an anime show that hasn't come here yet that I hope it does. It's called Heroes: Legend of the Battle Discs.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah. And it's a new show I think they said they consider it like a Pokemon Harry Potter thing because it takes place in a school, but it's but it's actually playing right now on HBO Asia, HBO Family in Asia, the English version.
That's a good start.
Yeah, so at least it's playing there, so hopefully it comes to this country.
Look it up, guys.
Yeah, hopefully. And then I have a nice little supporting co-starring role, whatever, in a movie called LBJ with Woody Harrelson, and that's coming out this fall at the theaters.
And
yeah, so I'm excited about that.
Boosh.
So it was really a blessing, and you know, I was thinking like 2 weeks before that happened, I really hadn't done much like live action in a while. And I had done like this little web series that was a lot of fun called Bozos, and I'm in the episode Dummy, so look it up. It's on YouTube. And but I was thinking to myself, I said, you know, maybe my acting career's over in terms of on camera because I haven't done anything in a while. And I thought, hey, as long as I even just get to do the voiceovers, I'll be happy. You know, I just like to keep working. And then literally within 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, I had an audition for LBJ. Rob Reiner was directing.
Yeah.
Never thought I'd get it. Then I got a call back, and I was shocked. And then 2 hours after my call back, I got a call from the casting director. It was on a Friday, and they, you know, I picked up the phone. I was driving. I was going home. And they said, we just wanted to let you know we'd like to offer you the role of Jack Valeni in LBJ. And inside I'm like, what? What? Because it never happens that quick. And he goes, oh, yeah, you're going to be filming in New Orleans for 5 weeks. And
amazing.
Yeah, and then they were telling me, you know, he was telling me all the stuff. He said, we just wanted to let you know before the weekend. You know, I was like, wah, 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 wah. Because I couldn't, you know, I was just in a daze.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that it really happened. And then I hung up, and then I kind of shook myself out of it, and I was like, oh my God, I just hallucinated. They called me, and I gave me a part in this movie.
It was all a dream.
It was all a dream. I said, this did not happen.
It's the worst episode of Lost ever.
Yeah, right, exactly, exactly. And then I looked at my phone, and I was like, wait a minute, this was a 323 number, and they just called me. I did speak to someone. It took a while to convince me that I actually had the part. So.
What did you like to say to any fans of you, fans of the anime, and people who came to Ninjacon?
Oh, I had such a great time in meeting everyone here at Ninjacon. I'm so glad that they invited me this year. And it's also great that it's in my hometown because I live here in LA.
With your dog.
With my dog, yeah. Not too far from here.
For those of you who don't know, I'm friends with him on Facebook, and he really loves his dog.
I do, my dog Daisy. So you can also follow me on Twitter or Facebook and see my exploits as well as my dog's exploits.
The dog. It's really about the dog.
Yeah, because she's a ham. She's worse than me.
She's amazing.
Yeah,
thank you so much for giving us this interview, giving us your time. We really appreciate it. You've done some great work. I personally amazingly enjoyed you as Vieutiful Joe, because Vieutiful Joe has been a character that we all loved on the PS2. His game was brilliant. So the fact that you voiced him and did it so well. And let's be real, I didn't notice it wasn't the original voice actor. I did not.
That's
so
nice. That's
you did an amazing job. So thank you so much for your work, and we hope to interview you again in the future.
Please do. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, Vieutiful Joe was great.